Before we start the video, I would like to warn you, some images may be experienced as shocking.
We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of...
I feel right now. I'm just glad to be out, glad to be a free man.
Hi, this is Ray here from Courtroom Convicts, and today we will show you the top 5 reactions of innocent convicts set free. It is not far-fetched to say that being convicted for a crime that you have not done, and then being sent to prison for years, without a word knowing all well that you are innocent, is one of the most dreadful things that one can ever experience. And we are very sad to say that reports say that about 4 to 6% of people incarcerated in U.S. prisons are actually innocent and were wrongfully convicted. We will be telling you about 5 of these people and their reactions to their newfound freedom in this video. So without further ado, let us dive in. Note: be careful while watching the video if you are sensitive to such content, and make sure to set aside a box of tissues, because things are going to get really emotional. Number 1. Devonta Sanford. Devonta Sanford was only 14 years old when he was wrongfully convicted of a quadruple homicide. He coincidentally was standing a few blocks away from the crime scene in his sweatpants and was arrested. His attorney advised him to plead guilty, and as a result, he was sentenced to 37 to 90 years in prison. And even though another man confessed to committing the crime, Devonta was not set free. Despite the State Appellate Defender Office's repeated tries to help him, it wasn't until the Michigan Innocence Clinic and Center of Wrongful Convictions of Youth stepped up that he was able to clear his name. For this huge mistake, Devonta was compensated with $7.5 million. Without a doubt, Devonta was happy, and his family was even happier.
When it was my freedom, so from this day forward, I'm just trying to move forward and put all this behind me.
Number 2. Ricky Jackson. Imagine serving 39 years of your life in prison for a crime that you didn't even commit. Well, Ricky Jackson does not have to imagine, since he has lived the nightmare. Jackson says, "The boy I was before prison, with all his dreams, all his intentions, he died the moment I was locked up." Other than being called a murderer as a kid, Ricky even had to fight his inmates to survive the tough life in prison. After being free, you can see how relieved he was and how excited he was to continue his life normally.
Because we've been through a lot together, and we made it extraordinary. I'm very happy. Needless to say, words can't express how I feel right now. I'm just glad to be out, glad to be a free man.
Number 3.
Kristen Lobato. Kristen Lobato was only 18 years old when she was wrongfully charged with the murder of Duran Bailey in 2001, whose body was brutally mutilated. It is said that before Bailey's murder occurred, Lobato encountered a man who attempted to rape her. She was able to escape him with the help of the small knife that her father had given for her protection. Subsequently, in the fight that ensued, she cut his groin area. Hearing the story alone, the police decided that she was the one who murdered him, even though she had no connection or motive to murder him. Unsurprisingly, Kristen broke into tears now that she could finally leave prison.
Despite being innocent. Unsurprisingly, Kristen broke into tears now that she could finally leave prison.
I'm so overwhelmed and so happy and so grateful for all the people that have believed in me and fought for me for all these years. And you and I have a meeting. I'm gonna do exclusive with you. I have to start over. My life is beginning again, so I have to get everything. It's gonna be great.
Number 4. Louis Vargas. It is quite saddening to find out that Louis Vargas had to spend 16 years of his life in jail, even though he was innocent. He was 29 when he was charged with 3 sexual assaults. He was looked at as a rapist until the California Innocents tested the DNA from physical evidence and clothing of one of the victims, and it was not a match. Hence, they proved that Louis was innocent. Vargas was left speechless and was also given $886,000 as compensation from the government.
In fact, innocent because the evidence will show that it undermines the prosecution's.
Please buy me a big hamburger and we eat it together.
Number 5. Raymond Towler. When Raymond Towler was 24, he was falsely convicted of rape, kidnapping, and other assaults in Cuyahoga, Ohio. It is reported that a 12-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl were persuaded into a wooded area in an Ohio park. The boy was assaulted, and the girl was raped. And unfortunately, Raymond Towler was said to match the description of the suspect. Due to this, he had to spend 29 years of his life in prison for a crime that he didn't even commit. When released, he couldn't stop smiling and must have been in disbelief that he could now live a somewhat normal life.
No.
What's going on? I just know that,
You're free. That's what's going on. Hallelujah, you're free. That's what's going on.
If you enjoyed watching this video and are interested in watching more exciting cases, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon for further notifications.